Hello and welcome back to Mojo Group. Mike here, guys. Today I am back home. I'm actually down at Atlanta Air Charter, and today we're gonna check out a king of all turboprops. Guys, this is one of the oldest turboprops in production. It's the King Air 200. Stay tuned. The King Air, one of the longest running turboprops that's been produced here in the United States. Guys, in front of me is a mighty airplane, and you may have seen pictures of these aircraft. You may have seen videos of them as you're watching right now, but I promise you, when you look at this thing in person, it's pretty big. It's pretty big. And the King Airs are produced by Beechcraft. You may be familiar with Beechcraft. They also produce a very popular single engine airplane called the Baron. Okay, so a lot of doctors fly those, but this is more for charter business, which I'm at one of them today. And I'm gonna take you around the airplane, just give you a 360 view here, and we'll check out the interior later. So guys, if you're not familiar with the King Airs, the first production airplanes were actually created back in the 60s, and this particular model is the 200. Now, there's been more and more models produced, the 250, and now you have the 350Is, and this one is still running like a horse. The 200s were produced in the early 70s. Beechcraft produced them between 74 and 83. And you have hundreds of these birds still flying today. And like I said, this is a single pilot airplane, which means one pilot can fly it. But more than likely, you have these used more for charter business. As I'm here today at Atlanta Air Charter, they use this to fly clients all over the country, and for good reason. One is this beast of an engine that you have in here. You've got a Pratt Whitney 850 shaft horsepower, okay, on each side. So it's not just one engine. You've got one here, and you've got another one on this side. So you've got two Pratt Whitney engines, and this thing will propel this airplane to fly up to 300 knots. Okay, so you're going over 300 miles per hour, and you're not burning as much fuel as you would if you were flying a jet. And again, you look at this model here, you may think this is an airplane that was maybe 5 years old, and this thing is probably more than 5 years old, 10, 20 even maybe, but it's still in very neat condition. And guys, one thing you always find with turboprop engines is, well, first, the big exhaust here, okay? See how huge that thing is? More is this prop, all right? Generally, you have at least 4 blades. On a turboprop, you can have 5. Some of the new Pilatus PC-12, you have 5 propeller blades, but the average turboprop you find will have 4 props. And I believe the brand on this one, it's probably Hartzell, but I could be wrong. I am wrong. So this is McCauley. That's the brand on the propeller. And again, you've got your 4-bladed prop on each engine. Now, part of the maintenance cost is that you also have to maintain 2 engines. All right, still, it's cheaper than flying your average jet. Okay, your turboprop engines are cheaper to fly in terms of the fuel consumption, but also you have an overhaul. I believe these engines will go up to 3,600 hours, which is a lot. You can fly them for years before you have to overhaul the engine. Another dope fact about turboprop engines is that they never die. Okay, you almost never hear of a turboprop engine stopping on you. A lot of piston engines, you're vulnerable to the engine quitting on you, but almost never do you have a turboprop engine quitting. You know, these things, they just go, they keep going. So that's another safety aspect of flying turboprops. Now, generally, you would buy this in place of a jet, one, because the cost to fly one per hour is much lower than even your light jets. You may be spending $800 to $1,000 an hour compared to maybe $2,000 an hour for the light jet in the same category, and you're going just as fast. Okay, this is not a slow bird by any means. Again, you're cruising anywhere from 270 to 300 knots, so well over 300 miles per hour, and you can go places. This airplane can go up to 1,800 miles. But anyway, let's get in the interior and let me show you why this thing is worth flying, especially if you're using it for a charter business. Right, so you have a nice entryway here. Okay, the steps, they fold down as you see here. I'm just gonna step in. Now your average Beechcraft King 200 will fly 8 passengers. You may have some with 9 seats, but let's see how many this got. You've got your cargo back here. Okay, you can see right there, it says capacity is 410 pounds. So you can put a lot of load in here. All right, you've got 1 seat here, and see in here, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you've got 5, you've got 6, and then you've got 7. And then you've got your cockpit with 2 pilots. And as I said before, guys, you don't need 2 pilots to fly King Air. You can fly it with a single pilot, which is one of the amazing things about this aircraft. But also, when you think of the space or the cabin width in here, now if I'm sitting, and let me take a seat here, guys, this is me sitting comfortably in here. There's so much room above me, so I can sit comfortably. I'm 5'10", so somebody even taller can sit here comfortably. And let me show you my leg room here. So if you look, let's see, are we getting that? See all that space? Now, given if somebody was sitting in front of me, we'll have to share. But even if I'm folding my feet or my legs that way, there's still enough room. So you've got room, and also you can always step out if you need more leg room. But you've got room for the seats here, and it might be a little cramped maybe when you move further up. So if you were sitting maybe right here in any of these seats, the leg room is a little tighter. But if you were sitting here, you still got enough room. But let's go where I really want to be, which is the cockpit. All right, you've got your 2 pilot seats here. Okay, the King Air is a standard yoke, and as you can see, this is a steam gauge cockpit, and those are your controls. As you see, they're double for each controls. So the setup in here is pretty standard, honestly. There's nothing different that I haven't seen on other airplanes, even in your smallest airplanes. It's pretty much standard. You've got your gauges there, so I won't even read to you. These are for your engines, flight instruments, and I believe these are some of the radio stuff you got here. And as you see there, you've got flight instruments on both sides, okay, for each pilot. And then more to your right is your circuit breakers. Okay, you've got a bunch of them there, but you've got also some on the left side. Giant rudder pedals, and also the legroom for the pilot. Again, if you sit up here, you see that there's more than enough legroom. I believe this seats, if you look right here, you've got scrolls on the seats. Let me get it. So you see there, right there. So these seats can be pushed forward and backwards to create more room if you need to. All right. So there's nothing too fancy to show you guys here, except that this thing is a beast. It's been flying for a long time, and it's still running. And again, here at Atlanta Air Charter, they use these to fly clients up and down the country. And if you were ever interested in even starting your own charter business, I would definitely encourage you to look into getting you a King Air. Here they have about 4 of them, and they use them. They're very busy. Okay, let me step out here. I'm just gonna go backwards. Boom. Again, I just wanted to give you a quick review of it. It's an amazing aircraft. And also something unique to the 200 is the T-tail here that you see. Hell, I have to get the camera all the way up so you can see. You see, this is a T-tail for the empennage. The giant rudders there. So that's something unique to this model. As a matter of fact, I believe Beechcraft started producing the T-tails with this 200 models, and then they moved them to other models. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing, guys. Also, just from a design aspect, this is a good looking airplane. I love the circle windows here. And although I didn't show you from the inside, but these are pretty good windows, pretty good size that you can see outside. So one thing you know about King Airs is when you see them on the ramp, you can tell. So they've got that ramp appeal. It's a very good looking airplane, and it's just a design that doesn't get old. And I love that Beechcraft, they didn't change much about the looks over the years, because it's perfect. The design is perfect. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy this one. This is my review of the King Air 200. Make sure you check the description. I'm going to leave more performance data and specifications for this airplane. But I hope you guys enjoy this one. If you did, be sure to give a thumbs up. And make sure you hit that subscribe button for me if this is your first time. Again, my name is Mike. And guys, if you'd like to support the channel, you can become an MVP member on mojogrip.net/MVP. I've got a lot more videos on the website than I have even here on YouTube. All right, hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you guys on the next one. Peace.